in Dubai. So here we go then, Australia against Wales in the final match of Pool B. Australia, well, they last met in Hong Kong in March of this year, and Wales won by 19-14 on that occasion. But this is another season altogether. Australia, finalists on the Gold Coast, need to win this clash to go through to the Cup quarter-finals. Ed Jenkins will look to inspire his players who have found Wales tough opposition in recent times. Morahan is a full wallaby. Stannard will provide go-forward ball for prolific try scorers Lewis Holland and Shannon Walker. Wales also have pace in their ranks these days in the form of Chris Knight and Ashley Evans. It promises to be quite a scrap in the contact area, where James Davis, Rhys Shallard and Adam Thomas will look to impose their authority. Lee Williams and Rhys Jones are key playmakers and game breakers at the same time. So here they come then, Wales in their traditional red shirts and Australia in the gold and green. Scotland defeated Australia first time out this morning. Scotland have 2 wins, so Stephen Gemmell will be keeping a close watch on this one. Australia, as I say, need to win to go through, and they need to defeat Wales by some 50-odd points if Wales are to be denied a place in the Cup quarter-finals. Nick Bryant, ITM, New Zealand referee and Super Rugby referee as well, from the Bay of Plenty. So that is the equation. It's a simple one. My mathematics is not too clever, but the winner qualifies for the Cup quarter-finals. Calvin.
Yes, well, also, if you look at Wales today, I mean, 38-0 against Spain and 31-19 against Scotland, and they've played really, really positive rugby. I think one of the things they need to be positive about this game too, and you know, not rest on their laurels, which I'm sure perhaps won't be the case, but they'll be up against an Australian side that lost to Scotland by those 4 points and then comfortably beat Spain. There's a lot of talent in this Australian team, and I'm pretty sure that the Welsh might well be pushed tonight.
So Ed Jenkins, both captains there in close proximity, right at the start. Adam Thomas and Ed Jenkins. This is the dangerous Shannon Walker looking to brush aside the tackle of Chris Knight. Rhys Jones, the kick and the chase. Jones stumbles. It's the bouncing ball, a difficult bouncing ball for James Stannard to contend with. Finds a good touch down in the Welsh half.
Yeah, that's the net result there. And Rhys Jones, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, why did he bother to kick there, or why did he kick? There were no chases, and that's one of the key things too. Maybe the kick itself would have been a lot better. A kick's only as good as its chases. But the net result is that Wales are back in their half.
Hold your space.
That's the scrum half who gets to throw in. And the line-outs in sounds and to receive as well. That's Lee Williams. Climbing high was Rhys Shallard, just about manages to retain possession for Wales. Back onto the narrow side, looking for and finding James Davis. Well, they've studied the videos, I'm sure, of the Australian plays. They will have identified their strengths and their weaknesses as well. And now they've released Chris Knight on the wide outside here. That's a wonderful tackle from Luke Morahan. He appreciated the danger posed by Chris Knight. Thomas, it's a neat little chip through. Back there is Con Foley for Australia, but Thomas has it. Good work by the Welsh captain, but it's snapped up though by Sean McMahon. It's a little harem-scarum at the moment as Australia look to bring it away through Stannard, giving chases James Davis, and he gets his man. Lovely work by Davis, down and up almost in one movement. Terrific work by the young flank forward. Support for Ashley Evans comes in the form of Lee Williams, an influential player in this Wales setter. One more pass out to the speedster Chris Knight. Knight is away. This will be the first try. Chris Knight, that's his 4th try on the first day of competition here, just as on the Gold Coast last month.
Resilient, speedy, and an excellent play here from Wales. They found themselves back in their own half. They fought to get that ball back. That they did, and a great finish that from Chris Knight.
Well, at times Wales have lacked pace, but they have speedsters now. And this youngster Chris Knight and Ashley Evans and newcomers come in for Alex Webber, who's been injured. and Luke Morgan as well. So first blood then to Wales. Where's this kick going? Over the upright. The touch judge, the referee's assistant, keeps his flag down. Chris Knight at the top of the pile with Tim Mickelson. Try scored this season. Midway through the first half. Wales looking for their third win in as many games. Taken in by the captain, Ed Jenkins, from Sydney University. Shannon Walker. Very difficult man to pull the ground, but Shellad manages to do so. Shovelled out there from Luke Morahan on to Stannard. Looking for the opening. Got support play there from Jenkins, I think it was. That's McMahon. Looks to get the ball away. Almost snapped up by Wales, and here come Australia. One more pass, there it is. Lewis Holland into the Wales 22, and Australia have struck back, and it'll be the simplest of conversions of Holland's try.
Well, it seemed like a very measured approach from Australia initially, and they were just probing until they were able to find some space there. Referee might have missed a knock-on a little bit early on, but Lewis Holland absolutely just great support there, and of course he's got the jet shoes to get him through.
Yeah, it's a milestone try for Lewis Holland, his 50th in his career, his 19th event in the green and gold. Young man from the Queen Bane Whites answers the conversion, so Australia lead by 7-5 with 2 minutes to go in this first half. Stannard will kick downfield, knocked forward
and then your man's offside
by Wales at the restart.
Law,
But there was an offence as well spotted by Nick Bryant, so it's advantage Australia once more.
Yeah, unfortunately a knock on there, otherwise Wales could have been in a really good position to launch an attack.
And the ball picked up from an offside position. Against the penalty. Holland, the try scorer. Was there obstruction there? Yeah. Thought there might have been.
Let's go, boys.
Wales reached their first ever final in 14 seasons of asking in Hong Kong back in March, and they looked good at half-time with a 19-point lead over Fiji. But then Fiji introduced their current captain, Asiya Kolinisau, in the second half, and he scored a hat-trick of tries which set Fiji on their way. So Wales come the way then through Rhys Jones, brushes aside the first tackle. Now then, where's the support? Gets it from James Davis into the Australian 22, and Wales have struck back immediately following that Lewis Holland try. James Davis, well, he's consistent. A try in every game so far on the first day here. Looking very impressive. There's the youngster.
Forget about history, where Australia have dominated Wales over the years. This is a different side. It's a team that's relishing the opportunities they've been given, as well as the successes that they've had a little earlier today. They're a team high on confidence.
They certainly are, and it's consistency. That's what Paul John has been looking for from this side. They started on the Gold Coast. They did better than they did last year, and they're hoping and looking to build on that. And with 30 points, over 30 points scored against Spain and also against Scotland, they're looking good at the moment.
You spoke about this game being a very close one. When as we hear the half-time hooter in the background, no doubt it can be. Just the 5 points in it at the moment.
Still time for one more score as Nick Bryant allows play to restart. In forward off a Welsh hand initially. So there we are. Referee Bryant calls time on the first half. Wales lead by 2 tries to 1 and by 12 points to 7.
And James Davies and Lee Williams, who had super first halves. In fact, it was a good team effort for Wales throughout that first half, and they denied the opportunities really for Australia, who plugged back a little bit, and the attacking forays had to be from quite deep. Just fancy that Australia might just change their tactics in the second half.
So Will setting up two pods. Shellad gets his man, nudged forward by Lewis Holland. So Wales get the first scrum of the second half.
Now those words just ring in my ear, you know, we hold possession, we won the game. And we heard that from Michael O'Connor. So Australia, foremost in their mind, is to make sure that they're accurate in the second half.
Williams there considers his options. He won the gold medal here in 2009 when Wales clinched the Melrose Cup, and what a night that was. That's in the past. Advantage to Australia. Looked a little forward from here. But play on, says referee and assistant referee, and that's exactly what James Stannard does. He was recalled for the Tokyo tournament last season, and he certainly made a difference. Shannon Walker cuts back inside. Chris Knight. Davis with the tackle. Two men in there. Ashley Evans is there for Wales. Australia come again through Shannon Walker. Can't evade the clutches of James Davis, though. Down the narrow side goes Lewis Holland. Australia pile in, and the ball is there. Wales have a hand on it, but it's illegally done. Australia cut back inside, looking to get back on level terms here. Can they get there? Almost to the try line. All hands to the pump here from Wales. Has to be room outside. Well, was that the wisest choice? Against the bottom of the upright will do, and the try is awarded by Nick Bryant. Yeah, clever work there by Australia, and by that man Luke Morahan.
Presence of mind and appreciation of law with Luke Morahan, knowing that he just had to ground it against the upright, and it needs to be grounded. You can't just push it against the upright itself, and it includes the padding. So there you go, right up against the post. That's well, so far Australia in the close to 2.5 minutes that they've played in the second half have been acting out the words there of Michael O'Connor. Certainly back in this game.
Certainly our two converted tries. That is Joey with a smile on his face. Stannard looking to drop that one on the 10-metre line. It's a rare mistake from the Australian number 8, and is given the advantage immediately back to the Welsh. That is the situation. Wales, they'll want to win this one. They want to top the pool. They want to impose their authority here in Dubai. Lee Williams accidentally in front of the ball carrier, who was Ashley Evans. So the scrum will go here to Australia. Ashley Evans, what a Junior World Cup tournament he had in the red shirt of Wales in France in the summer.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. (14-12) midway through the second half, as Morahan again looks to get away and does so. Giving chase though is Luke Morgan, gets his man Shannon Walker, and Wales not accepting any dummies at the moment, and Rhys Jones is there. Can't prevent Australia from going wide through Ed Jenkins. It was advantage Wales, and quickly picked up by James Davis. He's away again. He's got pace, hasn't he, for a flank forward in 15s. And there's a second try for the former Carmarthen Quins player, now in the scarlet jersey of Llanelli Scarlets, and he's having a fantastic tournament.
Very talented family, the Davies family, as we know, brother of Jonathan, and a cricket player, or certainly one who loves cricket. I'll tell you what, he probably loves athletics too, this James Davies, because flying down.
I'll tell you what, he's got a good eye as well, because he can hit 180 at darts. Yeah, brought up in the Fox and Hounds pub not far from where I live, actually, and Jonathan, his brother, is known as the Fox, and as he's the younger brother, well, he's known as the Cubby Boy.
Lovely stuff. And you're spot on as well. When you're a bit of a soothsayer, you said this is going to be a close game. Well, it certainly is. Just 5 in it and just over 2 minutes to play.
And these final pool matches always, you know, they stir the blood, and they get me going, certainly. But it's not done and dusted yet. 2 minutes to go in this final Pool B clash. Oh, lovely work there by Luke Morgan, keeping the ball alive. And Wales have the width of the field here. Adam Thomas is back in his own half out on the left, as Lee Williams probes the narrow side once more, looking to test the Australian defences. Jason Harris.
Over here.
The thing I'm really enjoying about Wales too is they're not looking to try and defend lead in these last few minutes. They're still attacking, positive play.
Well, we've seen them do that in the past, and they have come unstuck, so the Wales do what they know best, and that is to attack. And it's great to see them on form like this. Thomas leaves it for Davis to dig out. Jason Harris. Lovely floated pass out to Morgan on the right. Oh, lovely step. Wales need to retain possession here because there's just the one score in it. Harris needs some help. Might get it from his dad on the touchline, so I caught a glimpse of him earlier on. Made the journey out here to Dubai for the second year running to support his son. It's quite a scrap, isn't it? Thomas protesting that the ball was held in illegally.
Positive play there from Wales at the breakdown point too, but Australia really got to try and make something of this. Half a minute left. They've got the put in at the scrum. It's their last real opportunity. Not always the easiest phase to score tries from.
So Sam Cross is the replacement for Rhys Shellard. As young Sam Cross has played for the British universities at the World University Sevens in France last season, so he has plenty of experience, although a relative newcomer to the HSBC Sevens World Series, with 5 tournaments now to his name.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Cleverly done by Stannard. Well, this looks ominous here. Good cover defence there from Sam Cross.
Tackle only, play on.
Australia still have it as the clock ticks down. 10 seconds. And Australia looking for their second victory here, and that will ensure a place for them in the Cup quarterfinals. One more pass should do it. It goes astray, but Australia still have it as the hooter goes. Knocked forward by Australia, so Scotland will be celebrating certainly, because they will go through with Wales. Wales winning their 3rd game on the bounce here on the first day of competition, and looking good, but they've been tested there by a resolute young Australian side, but they've come out on the right side on the scoreboard. They've defeated Australia by 19 points to 14.
Well, Wales coach Paul, they've done you proud today.
Yeah, it's been a great day for us, to be fair. You know, when we looked at the group before we came out there, every team in that group would have felt they had a chance of going through, and that was the case. You know, Scotland played really well against Australia. It just opens the group up completely. You know, we had a tough game against Scotland earlier, and that's what Sevens is now. That's why you guys enjoy watching so much, and it's so stressful for us lot on the sideline. But no, that was a great performance, a good day. But we've got to back that up now. That's a challenge to back it up, because we got quarter-final in Gold Coast and missed out close to South Africa. So we see what we got now after this game, and regroup, recharge our batteries, and hopefully take our next step after.
They've showed real attacking flair today. What's pleased you most about the performance?
I think we've been good with the ball. We haven't wasted the ball when we've had it. You know, we haven't made many errors in possession. We've made our one-on-one tackles, which we didn't do in Gold Coast, and I think that's made a big difference. It just keeps more people on their feet, doesn't suck any people in, so therefore it's just easier to defend when you've got more people on your feet. And you know, if you miss one, that's 2 people out of the game because you cover each other. So no, it's just that little things, simple things really, but you know, the money game's tomorrow, isn't it? So we got to make sure we do it tomorrow as well.
Plate winners last year, I think. Can you go one better now?
Well, that's sort of what aim is. You know, obviously we'll see who we got. Whoever we got out of those 2 is going to be a tough game. So we just got to regroup, and no, that's the challenge.
Thanks, Paul.
Cheers, Seb. Thank you.
Oh, what a cracker that was! Tremendous game. And now.